Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button, smack the bell, give this video a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might like it, and leave us a positive comment in the comment section if you have time. Also, please stay to the end of the video because I have a surprise for you. All right, guys. So let's talk about something that's really important right now, and then we can get on to some more fun stuff in the next video. Right now, coronavirus is a big deal all over the world. I talk to students in South Korea. They're getting hit really hard. A lot of people have come to me to talk about it online, and I've seen a number of jokes and conspiracy theories and everything else. Okay, so I'm not going to come at you guys from a medical standpoint, because even though I am a healer, there's a difference between a traditional healer and somebody in the medical profession. There's a lot of crossover, but there is a difference. So instead of doing that, what I did was I looked to find out who had the most accurate factual information. So the first thing I'm going to give you is underneath this video, there's going to be a link to the Centers for Disease Control, and there's going to be a link to the World Health Organization. So if you really want to know factual information, take a look at these links right underneath this video. I promise not to forget to put them there. Now, the reason how come I wanted to talk about this is because, like, at first I didn't want to, because I didn't really think it was my forte. My forte is more like, spirituality, astrology, those kind of things. But then I realized that everything under the sun falls under law of attraction, which I see a lot of, and I'm going to talk about now, and also overthinking. And that's a very Aquarian thing, so it does fit in certain areas. And it's a very human thing that's going on, and humanity fits with spirituality all day long. So this is what I wanted to talk to you about. This is this is what I saw online that I thought was dangerous, and I wanted you guys to be careful with this. Basic bottom line, I might as well just spit it out like I spit out everything else. Number one, there are three things going on that are, like I said, very concerning to me. Number one is people who are overthinking. Now, I said this with Aquarius because a lot of people who are coming to be overthinking are Aquarius, but it's not just them. I have a Pisces that's been emailing me for 2 weeks about this virus, and he is just all over the place, and he's stockpiling. He sent me a picture of his basement, y'all. And this man has toilet paper, water, supplies, canned goods. He has like stocks of things in the basement. And I was like, okay. So some people are so overthinking that they've made themselves anxious. They've made themselves paranoid. They think the zombie apocalypse is happening tomorrow. Okay? In the United States, they're buying up all the toilet paper. I mean, and I'm sitting there like, okay. People are just starting to, not everybody, as you're getting ready to see from this list, but a lot of people are starting to overthink it, and they're making themselves paranoid to the point where it's affecting their mental health at this point. So one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to overthink. You don't want to make yourself saturated with this information. That's why I gave you those links. Look at those links once a day. Why are people watching CNN and BBC and other news outlets for 24 hours? I know people that are watching this coverage all day long, off and on, when they're home from work. They're playing it at their jobs. People are constantly telling me, oh, did you hear the latest thing? It's like they're keeping up with it moment to moment. And because of the internet, that's not difficult. People have alerts coming to their phone every time anything is mentioned about the coronavirus. So all throughout the day, they're getting alert after alert after alert about little articles and who has a new case and what's happening. These people are overthinking, and they are driving themselves mad, okay? Look here. We are human beings. Number one, we're resilient. We've lived through the bubonic plague. Okay? Human beings have had other major catastrophes, and we're still here. So the paranoia and the overthinking and the constant saturation with the news has got to stop. Look at it once a day if you really are concerned. They update these every 24 hours. So look at those websites every day. And then you can see what the latest news is and things like that. Most of the stuff you already know. You already know about prevention. You already know to wash your hands. You already know to stay out of places with lots of people. You already know most of the stuff that you would need to know to keep yourself safe. So sitting there compulsively watching the news is only adding to your paranoia, adding to your fear, which according to the law of attraction is adding to you drawing more negativity, paranoia, and fear towards yourself. Whatever you focus on, that's what happens. You see, you focus on negativity and paranoia, you get more negativity and paranoia. Okay? So instead of overthinking and focusing in that kind of way, I tell people to instead focus on praying for people who are sick. Praying that you don't get sick. Praying for a vaccine, seeing the vaccine, seeing positive things occur, seeing the virus going away, instead of overthinking about what you don't want. If you gotta overthink about what you do want. Okay, so flip your mindset, and that'll help the virus, according to the law of attraction, that'll help the virus go away instead of coming on stronger. So that's one thing I wanted to say. Number two, some people are so nonchalant about it. They're worse than overthinkers sometimes. They're just like, hey, it's no big deal, it's a conspiracy, and the coronavirus been around for thousands of years, and everybody knows it's on the Lysol can, it's no big deal. And I'm like, y'all even worse, because they're like, don't care. Like, it's no big deal, I don't care. And that's not the approach you want to go with either. You want to go with a nice, middle head. You want to be right in the middle. You want to be level-headed about it. You don't want to be overthinking and paranoid, and you don't want to be so nonchalant that you're not even aware of what's going on. So you should be aware, like once a week, or, some people they will look at it once a day, but you should be aware of what's going on and how to protect yourself, but you should not be saturated with it. There needs to be a balance, like with all things. And I've seen some people online, they're like cracking jokes, and I've even cracked some jokes too, but some people are cracking jokes and they're like, oh, it's no big deal, it's just the flu, we go through this every year. And the flu, of course, does kill people every year. So those kinds of people are just blowing the whole thing off. Oh, this is a ploy by the Democrats. Oh, it's a ploy by this country. Or, people got all these conspiracy theories, and they're just basically dismissing the whole virus as just being crapola. And you can't do that either, because people are dying. You have to take precautions. You got to take proper precautions without becoming paranoid. That's the bottom line. Yes, you got to wash your hands. Yes, you should be carrying around maybe a mini Lysol, depending upon where you're going. You need to be aware. You should be doing something to boost your immune system, such as echinacea and golden seals, which is a herb combination I used to take from GNC. Some people like doing fruits and vegetables. Some people like to do more vitamin C. So you should be researching how to boost your immune system, and you should be, keeping yourself clean. So that is my thing. Like, those two have to balance out. Number one and number two are the biggest problems that I see. And it's either people are on one extreme or another. So it's like 0 is over here and 10's here. We need to be at 5. We need to be right in the middle. Cautious, but not crazy. Okay? And 3, the third thing that I'm seeing is a violation of the law of attraction. It's a straight up violation. I see people spreading as always, false information, misinformation, fake news. So I ask of you, I don't care I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's the coronavirus. I don't care if it's about somebody dying. I don't care what you are going to share with your friends and your family and people on social media. Please verify the information before you send it off to the next person. When I was in college, it's the only reason why I know this too, because when I was in college, my professors would not take any papers that did not have credible sources. So don't spread information from non-credible sources. Some of this stuff about conspiracy theories and other things that I've seen, some of it was pretty good and some of it was like out of left field. So at least if you're going to share something, which is good if you are spreading good information, verify your information. People have sent me strange cures. They've sent me all, and I'm looking at this stuff like, where did you get this from? Somebody wrote this in their basement at 3 a.m. That's not even credible. So I'm not saying that some of that information, some of the times information comes from amateurs, comes from YouTube even, comes from me, you know. But what I'm saying is that whatever information you're giving to people, make sure that you verify it. Make sure it's not fake news. Look and make sure it's on other reputable news sites. There's one site called Snopes, SNOPES.com. And they verify a lot of the information that you get online. But it's all kinds of ways to do this. The way I do it is I try only to share things from reputable sources. So if it's from CNN or if it's from BBC or, you know, a real news station, I'll share it. Look at what you're sharing. And I see people do this all the time on the internet. I've seen people share news about somebody dying who was very much alive. It would have taken you 5 seconds. It would have taken you, it would have taken you 5 seconds to go see this person wasn't dead. You just Google it and the date of birth comes up, and if they're dead or not comes up immediately before you sent the article that said that Boo Boo was dead, you know? So all I'm saying is please verify your information before you give it. And as far as the law of attraction, why is this a law of attraction violation? Because it is causing people to be upset and to worry. And when they're upset and they're worrying about something that's not even true, it's just adding to the worry, negativity, pessimism that adds to more worry, negativity, and pessimism coming towards these people. So my thing is that if we can all start to collectively focus on the cure, collectively focus on it going away, collectively focus on keeping ourselves, you know, healthy. You know, try to think of it in more of a positive manner instead of being paranoid that the apocalypse is coming and you need 400 rolls of toilet paper. You know, I'm not saying that people shouldn't, you know, stock up. I mean, when I was a kid, my basement was always stocked. My mother had canned goods and stuff. She lived through, if I'm not mistaken, she either lived through or she heard the stories from the Depression. It's one of the two. I can't remember. But the Depression was the central focus. And because of that, she believed in keeping that kind of stuff. So I grew up with canned goods and stuff in jars and all kinds of extra things in the basement. So to me, that's not a bad idea to do, period. You know, especially stuff that's not going to perish. But my point is that the paranoia and the fear has got to go. So please think about that. And yeah, okay? So I think that will be helpful to us all. Now, I told you guys I had a surprise for you. So what I decided was, I think that it's a great idea for me to shout out the people that talk in the comment section. I've seen this on other channels and I was like, oh, that looks like fun. So basically every day I'm going to pick some comments from wherever in the comment section and shout out the wonderful person who made the comments. So yesterday I did a video. It was called Aquarius Keep It Too Real. And Luz Lopez, who talks to me a lot in the comment section, I wanted to say hi to you, Luz. And Luz said, yes, we Aquarius, we are truth seekers. And I was talking about that in the video, and indeed we are. So I wanted to thank you for your comments. Luz leaves a lot of comments, and I wanted to thank you. The other one I wanted to thank today is Barbara Ross. Barbara Ross, again, on the Aquarius Keep It Too Real video said, I'm so guilty in this area. Aquarius, I'm too blunt to people. So Barbara Ross, like me, is working through this issue. And like many of us, is working through this issue. So hello, Barbara, and thank you for your comments. So if you want to get shout out at the end of the video, leave me some positive comments in the comment section. All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So if you would like to get a reading done, please email me. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and come back soon because I have a lot more to say. Stay clean, stay safe. See you later.